name is Jermaine J. Williams, and I am the author of My Brother, the Devil and Me, and this is my debut novel. Yes, in my book, My Brother, the Devil and Me, it surrounds a family that's an immigrant family that's from Syria. But to make it short, I don't want to elaborate on the whole entire book. But one of the characters, Jamil Sadim Hamid, is a standout quarterback down in the Central Florida area. He got a scholarship to play football at Florida State University, and he was the best man for the job, and he was thrusted out into the starting role of Florida State, who has seen its better years in the past, and it was on his shoulders to bring Florida State back to where they were years ago. It's greatness, and he was an 18-year-old true freshman standout quarterback at Florida State University. Well, you know, a lot of people ask me, how did I come up with that and how did I predict that? And a lot of people call it prophecy. A lot of people was like, man, wow, what a coincidence. I just call it being a huge Florida State fan. And if you want to once you start reading the book and you get to the end of the book, you'll realize the route I took for him to be an 18-year-old starting quarterback at Florida State University. And yes, it's very similar to what Jameis Winston is doing now. Very strikingly similar. And how I came up with it, I had the attitude, if Florida State is not going to win on the field, I'm going to make them win with my pen. So, and hopefully that at the time I didn't know Florida State was going to come back the way they are now. So at the time I was hoping at least, you know, some young kids in high schools that are great football players will read the book, and hopefully my book will help out in recruiting. And that's a great question. A lot of people always ask me, you know, you could have wrote that during the season. And if you look at the book, the copyright date does say 2013, but it doesn't say the month. And I actually wrote the book in 2012, and it was copyrighted, which I have the proof here. It was copyrighted February the 25th to be exact, 2013, way before the season started, way before, you know, at Florida State, they didn't even know Jameis Winston was going to start. They didn't know what the case was going to be. But this is the certificate from the certificate of registration from the Library of Congress, and there's the date, February 25th, 2013, to Mr. Jermaine J. Williams, which is I. And they have the text, photographs, editing, and artwork. So everything is right here if you need proof, and if you want to bypass this, you could definitely research it on the website of the Library of Congress, and so it's legit, bulletproof. Well, the book is not a sports book. The sports is just a little bit. I mean, there's a big grain of the story. It's really a religion fiction book. Like I said, it's my first time writing, first time out with the novel. And I took the main three things that I know best and put it into this collaboration of this book, which is sports, religion, and government and politics. So that is just a minor part of the book. It's in the first maybe 9 chapters. But it's just those 9 chapters that a lot of people are focusing on. Until they get more into the story, then, you know, the Jameis Winston leaves their mind and they focus on how good the story is. But it's just that striking similarity of what's going on unfolding right now on the collegiate field, and also in those first 9 chapters. Well, the response to what has happened in the book and what's going on with Florida State has been crazy. People who have read it, you know, a lot of people have read it when it first came out, and, you know, the football season haven't even started, but the more and more the football season rolls on, and to see Florida State now in the national championship game, you know, I started getting calls like, hey man, you know you predicted this, hey, you know, and it really didn't even come to my attention because, like I said, I'm a Florida State fan. I didn't even think about that. I was just happy to see my boys back on top. So I was really drawn back from it. I was floored by it too, just when I realized how much of a prediction it was. Even when the rape case came out, there was a part in the book where Jamil probably wasn't going to play in the national championship game, and so, you know, there's just so many striking similarities from everything from Jameis to Jamil, the Jays. I mean, it's crazy. So a lot of people were going crazy over it, and I'm still kind of in shock myself. So I wish I could, you know, one day prophesize some lottery numbers, and I definitely take that down to your local Circle K. Well, I would love to tell you about the book, but you're gonna have to read about that. It's a lot of twists and turns that happen right before that national championship game. Does Jamil play? Does he not? Do they win? I'll let you all read that for yourself. But you asking me to make a prediction in this Monday's game, I sure will, man. Florida State 42, Auburn 17. No, I mean, after those first 9 chapters, the sports leaves. So, and it goes on into the politics and everything else. So. But I will say that we are working on to getting this into a movie. So, hopefully the people over there in Tallahassee will give me the okay to use the likeness of Florida State. But if not, that'll be still all good, But hey, y'all look out for the movie too as well. Yeah, it's always crazy to get some of those stories when people tell me they cried while they read certain parts, or people have come to me and like they want to give up at work on this one particular thing they was working on, and they thought about one situation in the book, and I see their eyes watering and tears going down their face. I never thought while writing this book that it would have touched people like that. So whenever somebody tells you about your work with such emotions, man, I mean, it really makes you feel kind of, like, wow, my words did that. So yeah, it is true that people have been touched emotionally by this, and to hear the stories and they steady rolling in. And man, it's a major blessing, I tell you. Well, I plan on coming out with the sequel hopefully by the end of this year, and it's going to be called My Brother, My God, and Me, and it's going to be an awesome sequel. I know everybody is waiting for it. They pressure me for the sequel, but I have it somewhat done, but I'm just waiting to release it because it's like the first one really haven't got out there yet. So a lot of impatient people are waiting, and it was a huge cliffhanger with the book left off on. So, for those people who are waiting, it's coming, I promise. I will not let 2014 leave without the book coming out. Well, you can download it on your the Kindle app, and it's My Brother, The Devil, and Me. And that's the main way from anybody from around the world that wants to see. Once again, it's My Brother, The Devil, and Me on the Kindle app. Well, I want to say first to anybody who has brought the book personally or downloaded it, I want to say thank you for your support, and for everybody who's been supporting me along the way. I want readers to don't go into mine, even though this interview is specifically about the similarities of Jameis Winston and Jamil Sadim Hamid. Don't go into this thinking about the sports book. Like I said, this is a religion fiction book. It's a great book, and I'm not saying that because I wrote it. I'm a huge fan of it. And I want you to go in with an open mind and take something out of it. I mean, like, it is a really good book. There's the first of a 3-part series, and I really believe you're gonna like it. So.